Nga Agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. I got my morning cup of coffee here with my coffee with Ginno cup. Got my Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is a 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's got coffee, cream, and sugar. It's powder form. You just put the powder form in your cup, put hot water, and you got coffee. That's how easy it is. And they usually cost, like my Copico Blanca, it costs me 7 pesos each. So I can get like 10 pieces of these. It comes in a pack for 70 pesos, or about $1.50. Really a reasonable price. But you can also get it at the Sari Sari store. We have a Sari Sari store right outside of Camellia Aklan. You can get it there for like 10 pesos each. They actually provide a thermos with hot water. You can get a cup from them, and you can actually drink your coffee right there. They have a bench there where people like to hang out. Yeah, and they also have this thing called the Piso Wi-Fi, where you put like 5 pesos on the machine and you can access their Wi-Fi. It's like, I think, 5 pesos for like 15 or 30 minutes. But you can access their Wi-Fi just by using coins. Good morning, Charlie Latz from Boston. My friend from Boston. How are you this morning? Hope you are doing fine. First thing I always do is like the weather report. I was gonna do the weather report. There's still a tropical depression, Emong, E-M-O-N-G. It's very north now, very north of Luzon, north of the Philippines, by the Batanes Island, and it should be out of the PAR. Probably today, it'll be out of the PAR, Philippine Area of Responsibility. It is actually bright and sunny this morning. It's like I just came home from picking up Liana and Mom. They go to church on Saturday morning. Right there. They're back there. I just picked them up from church. That's why when we got home, I started the live stream. So that weather condition is almost out of the Philippine area of responsibility. But I guess over in Luzon area, Ilocos, Zambales, Bataan, there are still possible floods or landslides due to habagat, the southwest monsoon. Metro Manila also says cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms because of habagat, the southwest monsoon. But here in our province, again, we got like sunny weather. You can kind of see the sun is bright. I had to like put the blinds down a little bit. That's why, because it's like shining right on my face. So gonna be a sunny day here in Aklan province for sure. It's already warm. When I picked them up this morning, it's already warm outside. Good morning, Jean. Hey, Neen. My friends in California, Dan and Neen. Hello. Good morning. Jennifer Benjamin. Good morning. Dazzle and Ginno. All right, Gina. Watching from Seattle, Washington. All right, Seattle, Washington. I actually have a lot of viewers from Washington State. Stevie, my good friend Stevie. Grace, like outside of Seattle. And I know JP. JP's also in Washington State. So a few people watching our live streams and our channel from Washington State. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Fresh aloha, brother. I love your channel. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Fresh aloha. I got some friends in Hawaii too. It's like Ruben. He's in Kalibo now. He's originally from Hawaii, and my best friend, he lives in Mililani in Hawaii. So got many friends there. My friend Russell. He also lives in Hawaii. Aloha, my brother. Great, appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Oh, and also yesterday we got cut off. It's like it wasn't the power outage because I always hook up this live stream to the Blue Yeti. We have a Blue Yeti power station. So it was the internet. It was like, and that's rare. Our internet's pretty solid. I think Chloe wants to climb up. Chloe wants to go up. Our internet is pretty solid because our internet is through Calibo cable, and Calibo cable has fiber optics. We actually have fiber optics. I usually get 100 Mbps or higher. That's why I was surprised, like it cut off. But what I did is I was able to take screenshots of like how we ended yesterday. That way I can go through them, the ones that weren't discussed, the comments that weren't discussed. Like it ended here like JP said, I would like a Dazzle TV member t-shirt in yellow. We can make that happen, JP. We can easily get like the design, the Dazzle TV design that HD Apex, he designed this Dazzle TV. And then we can put it like on a t-shirt, different color t-shirt. So not a problem at all, JP. We can make that happen. T-shirts here are easy to do. They have print shops here, computerized print shops. Any kind of color shirt you want, you can get. And it's usually like not even like 100 pesos, 120 pesos, about $2. So not a problem. We'll make that happen, JP. And then Daniel says, hello, Arlene. I haven't seen Arlene's name before. That's why I wanted to mention that. And then we were talking yesterday about, I think Edgar. Edgar was like asking Fortune regarding like, Fortune's wife is an ER nurse in Manila. So he was, about dating like hospital people. And Fortune says here, yes, the nurses, there's plenty of nurses that you can meet here. But the thing is, they leave the Philippines. And that's so true. Most nurses in the Philippines, when they graduate, they just get experience at the hospitals here in the Philippines. Their goal is to get that experience one or 2 years on their belt, like as far as being nurses here in the Philippines. They all want to go overseas, and you can't blame them because as a nurse overseas, they just make so much more money and benefits. Unfortunately, they don't pay nurses well here in the Philippines. They become OFWs so they can bring more money home. Yeah, that's the thing. And then Fortune had mentioned, we had a conversation yesterday about the budget, how much budget you need. And like Fortune was saying, if you're single and you have $1,000, that is plenty here in the Philippines. You can live off $1,000 here. I know many people that have moved here to the Philippines on Social Security alone, $1,500 Social Security. And I've helped them move here, and they're here and they're having good lives here. It's like, it's not a struggle if you have like 1,000, 1,500. Of course, more money you have, the more savings you have, the better. Especially, I always say, have that emergency fund just in case you have to fly back to the United States or a medical issue comes up here. I've told a couple of people before, I've discouraged them from coming to the Philippines because of medical issues. If you have a lot of medical issues, you have Medicare in the United States. They do not have Medicare here in the Philippines. Not yet. It's the Medical Portability Act is getting pushed to Congress right now, but no Medicare here. So to me, that's kind of like the scary part if you're retired here on Social Security. If something major happened, if you have like, if you need heart surgery or something like that, that would cost money, even here in the Philippines. You're looking at open heart surgery here in the Philippines. You're looking at least $20,000, over 1 million pesos. So if you don't have insurance for that, that's a big hit. So, that would be the deterrent. And I've mentioned, like I said, there's like a couple of people that's asked for my help. And I just thought, I recommended to them that I didn't think the Philippines was a good idea for them because of their pre-existing conditions and heart issues, and then advanced age already, so I don't want to crush anybody's dream, because I know a lot of people, when they contact me, they really want to come to the Philippines. But I always tell people, you got to be realistic too. You don't want to come here, and then have problems when you get here. You want to have a good retirement. You want to be successful in retirement. And then Fortune mentioned to a Balikbayan guy. He's John from Florida. John, Salve, and Maggie mentioned about Pandan Hills. Pandan Hills. I actually haven't been to Pandan Hills. I heard it's really nice. It's here in Aklan. And it's close to where James and Karen live in Balete, not far from them. And then my friend Rhea, she's from Tennessee. She lives in Tennessee now. She was just mentioned, good morning. It's a huge adjustment to live in the Philippines, especially in the provinces. I have lived in Manila and Calibo. You will need steady income to live comfortably. And that's the thing, it's like, you really need a pension, I think, to come to the Philippines. That's why a lot of people, when they move to the Philippines, they're at that social security age, or they're receiving some kind of pension. I do know there's a lot of digital nomads now here in the Philippines that come here and they're able to work. And actually, the Philippine government is actually encouraging that. There's actually a visa now. They're encouraging digital nomads to work here in the Philippines. There's a lot of visas that most people, when they come here, tourist visa, of course, that's the easiest. You don't have to apply. You land at the airport, you get your tourist visa, and then you just keep extending. I would say majority of people, that's the visa they're here in the Philippines. And then Rhea also said, I'm so grateful to have been blessed to work abroad and United States citizenship. Wherever life leads you, as you have said, Ginno, you just have to live below your means. And that's the thing, me too. It's like I was blessed enough to be able to go to the United States when I was young. And then I took advantage of it, my going to the United States. I joined the military, served 20 years. And then after 20 years, I got my pension. So that pretty much set me for the rest of my life, because once I got the military pension, at least I know I could live. I didn't have to work anymore. I have that steady income coming in the rest of my life. So really blessed that I was able to go to the United States and then get a pension from the United States military. Omar by the Chooser. All right. Danine Life. Good morning, brother. We're on it today. All right, Dan and Neen. All right, good to see you guys on the live stream. Fresh Aloha. I'm in New York now, but travel all over America. I will be going back to California in August. All right, New York and then California. That's all right. I've been to both, and I've traveled on vacation to New York, and I lived in California. That was my landing spot in the United States. Landed in Los Angeles, and then I went to high school in Long Beach, California. I was a graduate, 1983 grad of Long Beach Wilson High. Midnight, LOV. All right. Fresh Aloha, I see your post on your video page. You make the Hawaii shaka. All right, yeah, man. It's like I guess I caught that. Like the hang loose, hang ten. In California, I remember my teenager years. I used to surf in Long Beach, California, Seal Beach, Newport, Huntington. So even though, I'm Filipino, I got to the U.S., I was pretty young when I got there. I kind of absorbed some of the California culture, surfing, and then the talk, it's like there were some cool dudes in California. Always wear my board shorts, even to this day. I think my daily outfit is board shorts. I always wear like, I have maybe like 6 or 8 board shorts, and I just like rotate them. You know, I like the Hawaiian flower board shorts. You know, Dazzle gets my board shorts at the Ukay Ukay here in the Philippines. It's the thrift store in the Philippines, and it's used board shorts from the U.S. Most of them for like Old Navy board shorts, and she pays like 150 pesos to like 200 pesos, about $3 for my shorts. But that's all I wear. I wear t-shirts and I wear board shorts and my flip-flops. I always wear my flip-flops. So I absorbed that California lifestyle, and then island living. You know, I've been living here now in the Philippines the last 14 years. So, Rufino, good morning, Rufisius from Indonesia. Ray, good morning, Ray. My good friend in Sacramento, California. How is everyone's voice? I think everybody's voice, you know, my voice is always kind of like hoarse because like, you know, my vocal cords got affected when I went through cancer treatment. So I always kind of sound like I have a cold, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is for me. Everyone sang really good. All right, hey mom, you have a fan. Ray said you sang really good, mom.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, she said thank you, Ray. She said thank you. And there's Leanna. She's on her iPad. She also sang really good. I like that Leanna sang, what's that, Climb? By Miley Cyrus, and then 1,000 Years. Leanna sang those songs. Love watching you and Dazzle sing Islands in the Stream. Yeah, is that your go? Yes, our go-to. We have a couple like Islands in the Stream. We'll sing that. And After All, Peter Cetera and Cher, we sing that. Somebody had recommended us, I Got You, Babe. We should sing that. We'll look at that. I think, you know, we'll sing that. But we do karaoke, you know, so we have songs that we know. That's why we ended up, Dazzle's birthday was karaoke because, you know, Dazzle, Mom, Leanne, the family really loves karaoke. Usually when we have a get-together, usually Dazzle's birthday before, we usually have it done in Cathay Clown because the relatives are there. We could do, you know, we were hoping they could make it, you know, during the birthday party, but you know how it is, you know, people work, different schedules, you know, things like that. So, but next year we'll plan it, I think it was you know, because Dazzle's birthday fell on a Thursday, so we were expecting more people to come, and they didn't make it because it's Thursday. People work, but next year I'll try to remember doing it maybe on a Friday or a Saturday. But we still had a good time, you know. The people that came, we had a good time. You know, it's like I had reserved. At first, we just had that small room, karaoke room, and then people were like messaging me that, you know, they were gonna come. So I was like, oh man, I got nervous because like that little room. I said, man, I wonder if we're gonna fit there. So that's why I reserved the bigger room just in case more people showed up. Biggie's support group. My good friend Mark. Hello, Mark. I know you can live good in the Philippines. I have about 25 on retirement. I always say that although there is over 100 different languages, respect speaks them all. Respect always. Yes, you know, 2,500, that's plenty, you know, especially if you're single. But even if you have a family, 2,500 is a lot of money here because your main expense usually is your housing and then the cost like your food. You know, those are the two big expenses. And you just have to pick the location. You know, it's like anywhere else in the world. You know, it's like the cities will cost you more housing wise and then cost of living wise than if you go in the provinces. Water maybe, mom? Oh, it's the garbage. So our dog, Toto is outside barking because garbage pickup. Here in our community, we have to segregate garbage. So they almost have to come almost every day because they pick up plastic one day, they pick up paper one day, and they pick up like the ones that decay. So that's why there almost every day there's like a garbage. We actually have like in the house we have like four containers, and then outside we have three containers, separate containers, because we have to segregate our garbage, which is nice. I like that they do that. I like that they care about the environment and all that, because here in the province and most provinces in the Philippines, you will see it's still common that they burn trash. Unfortunately, that it's like they, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be illegal, but like 100 other things in the Philippines are illegal, but nobody's follows it. It's like everybody always just like claims, "Oh, I didn't know." If somebody busts them. Hey, Daniel, my good friend in Jacksonville, Florida. California lifestyle is now homeless. Oh no, that's all right, man. But Daniel, I got a message from Daniel. I did watch he recommended I watch a video by Filipina P, and I did. I watched the video. To me, Daniel, it's not a big change to me, like the SRRV. And not many people really get that here. I know you're interested in that SRRV, the retirement visa. Most people, Daniel, just come here on the tourist visa. And I actually recommend that. Unless you can afford the SRRV, unless you can afford the processing fee and all that, because to me, that's a big commitment already. Like if you get the SSRV, when you land here, you're going to spend over $1,000 on fees. And then you got to have that deposit, depending on your status. You got to make that deposit where you can't touch the money. That's a big commitment already, initially, that you haven't even tried the Philippines. Because I've seen people that come here, stay 1 month, and then they don't like it. That happens all the time, actually. It's like, it's kind of like when they land in the Philippines, it's like, either they like it or they don't, And because you're in Southeast Asia, you got so many countries here. You have a lot of options. You got Vietnam, you got Thailand, you got Cambodia, So you got a lot of options here. It's like Philippines is not just a one and done, if you come here. A lot of people actually go to Southeast Asia and try the different countries and then before deciding. Bill, hello, hey, Gus Spring, man. I'm a Breaking Bad fan. It's like thank you. I love Breaking Bad. That was a great room. Love the decor. Yes, Daniel, it was a nice decor. I'm glad the owner's Filipina is her name. The owner's Filipina, and her husband Nathaniel, their son Nathan is the manager. They are so nice. People, that's one thing about people here in the Philippines that you will enjoy, Daniel, when you come here. And if you stay at La Casa, you were thinking about renting an apartment there, or furnished apartment there. People here are just so nice, so kind. The lady that was assisting Ate, that was like was our server in the room, you can see, people just here are nice, and that's why if I, from now on, I'll be recommending that place all the time for people move. Actually, I got a couple moving from Arizona that's gonna stay there January, February, and then Joel's brother is gonna stay there in January for the whole month. Because it's nice. I mean, and believe me, not all apartments are like that in Calibo. That's top of the apartment food chain. That's like the highest. You can't get to go higher than La Casa Española. Everything else after looking at that kind of is like a downgrade. I mean, cheaper, of course, but you get what you pay for, like anywhere else that you go. Beat cancer. All right. No worries. Fresh aloha, no worries. Edgar, all right, Edgar. I think let me see if I had finished all the comments from yesterday. I would just want to make sure I hit all that. And then JP. Oh, JP had mentioned if people are interested, I would not mind having you film me purchasing a motorcycle. So we'll do that. I don't usually film like subscribers when I meet them, or I rarely do any collaboration. But if JP's willing and people are wanting to see how to purchase a motorbike when he gets here, sure, I will make that film. It's like I know there's many interests here as far as people wanting to get a motorbike. Then Edgar, right? Edgar, you all seem to be chatting. All right. And then Goku, I think Goku is my friend in Las Vegas. He was mentioned, do you think cancer in the Philippines because something about Filipinos maybe? It isn't, it's like all my reading about cancer doesn't matter. Cancer to me is basically like the genetic lottery. You either get it or you don't. It's like there's really no rhyme or reason to who gets cancer or not. If you're like the one unlucky one that gets cancer, you get it. But there's nothing in the Philippines that would elevate your chance of getting cancer. Yeah, JB says the same thing, Manal. I don't think cancer is common in the Philippines. High blood pressure and diabetes, yeah, because of the diet here. That is common here. People eat a lot of pork, a lot of greasy food, a lot of fried food, and then everything's sweet here. So high blood pressure and diabetes, that is common here, but not cancer. Cancer is not common here. All right. So I got through all the comments yesterday. So because I felt bad when we got cut off yesterday. So I just wanted to make sure I touched those topics. And then yesterday, now I have planned things to discuss. I did the weather. Mom and Dazzle went fishing yesterday, and it was probably their most successful fishing expedition yet. Right, Mom? That was yeah, it was it was unbelievable how much fish they caught. In a 5-hour span. I dropped them off at 12:30, and then I came back to pick them up at 5:30. So 5 hours of fishing.
And yesterday's our lucky day.
Yes, I could tell it was your lucky day, Mom, because the minute I came and I saw Dazzle was holding a bucket, and she had a big smile when they're walking towards me. I actually filmed it, so I'll try to edit that on the video.
And I got 3 Maria's tilapia.
3 Maria tilapia?
Three tilapia, I think 2 kilos.
Yeah, I got the receipt. I got the receipt of what they caught yesterday. Mom, she caught 2.35 kilos of tilapia. And the tilapia, when you go to Loola's fish farm, whatever you catch, they weigh your catch. So 1 kilo is 150 pesos. So that's about $2.50 per kilo. So Mom, she caught this. That's the receipt. I got the official receipt. It says here 2.35 kilo of tilapia. So it was 353 pesos for her. And Dazzle, she caught 2.55 kilos, so 382 pesos. So between the two of them, they caught almost 5 kilos of tilapia. We got so much tilapia now. We're going to be eating tilapia for days. Yeah, and
For 1 week.
1 week. We're going to be eating tilapia for 1 week. But so much tilapia that they caught. And they were this is the biggest tilapias that they've ever caught. I know for Dazzle for sure. I got a picture. I can't tell if you can tell if how big the tilapia is that she caught.
And last night we cooked 4 pieces.
Yeah, right there. It's you can tell that the person was that's Ate, that's a worker there. She was holding the tilapia. And the tilapias were just gigantic. I've never seen their tilapia there that big. They're bigger than my hand. If I held them, the tilapias were bigger than my hand. One tilapia is probably close to half a kilo, 2 pounds, it's but very successful fishing trip. The two of them, Mom and Dazzle, they were just so happy. Yesterday, that was their best fishing expedition yet.
We will not forget it.
Mom said they will never forget it because I know the feeling. When you go fishing and then it's like you're catching one after the other. It's almost kind of like they were just so surprised because sometimes Dazzle goes fishing at Loola's fish farm, could be there for a couple hours and catch one fish. But I guess yesterday was just one of those days where the fish was definitely biting. I've never seen them caught that much fish. I mean, like I said, they have like a bucket full of tilapia.
Piniila kami sa laki.
All right, Gus Spring. All right, it says there. That was a great room. Okay, Edgar. We can make a run every 3 years to Singapore. Get 3 more. Yes, for sure. That would be ideal. I mean, if you were here in Panay Island, Edgar, like I know you plan to be in Boracay Island. There's direct flights here from Panay Island going to Singapore from Iloilo City. Iloilo City direct to Changi Airport in Singapore. And I actually checked the airfare this past summer. It was like 10,000 pesos round trip. Less than $200 round trip from Iloilo City to Singapore. And I've been to Singapore, so I know there's many places. I mean, Singapore's kind of pricey as far as accommodations, but there's a lot of you can bargain. You can find a bargain budget hotel, like the budget hotel that Dazzle and I stayed. We stayed in Chinatown, and I think we paid like $50 or $60 a night. For me, that's like not a bad price for a hotel. And like you said, Edgar, you can just do the tourist visa for 3 years and then exit and come back, start your 3 years again. Many people do that here. I mean, you could do the SRRV like Daniel. I know there's some people that done that here because they don't want to mess with going to the visa every few months, every couple of months. But I think even the SRRV, you still have to verify that every year. There's still a requirement for that. And then the deposit is what gets people with that because now they did increase the deposit. You have 2 options now. 50 years old, you can they increase the price of the deposit, the money that you have to keep in the bank. But you can also get it now at 40 years old, but bigger deposit. I guess some people got money, so they can have some big amount of money sitting and not working for them, not earning interest, not investment. And there's really, I don't think it applies to many people. I don't know many people that can retire at 40. It's pretty rare, right? It's like maybe military retirees, right? Like me, when I retired from the military, I got a pension at age 37, but that's really not common. It's not common. Most people don't get to retire till they're 62 or 67 and get a pension. Daniel, Edgar, I like to live in Da Nang, Japan maybe, Thailand, but only around 6 to 12 months at a time. Yeah, you could definitely do that, Daniel. So, I've even talked to Dazzle about that. I wouldn't mind living in I was looking at Chiang Mai in Thailand. I wouldn't mind living in Thailand for 6 months, and then just for the experience, just to live in another Southeast Asian country. You got that option, you got the option here, Daniel. As long as you don't accumulate things that can tie you down, as long as you can be on the go, and then you can always just get an apartment here in Panay Island here, get a Ruben's apartment is 8,000 pesos a month, so that's $145, so he travels all over the Philippines, he's able to do that, just have a home base where you keep your stuff. That way you're not carrying all your suitcase, carrying all, you just carry a backpack when you go travel, That's how I roll, man. I don't like checking in luggage when I travel. Usually I just have a backpack when I travel. Are you coming back to America anytime fresh? No, no plans for Dazzle and I. When I get my I'll turn 59 next week. I turn 59. So in 3 more years, I'll get my Social Security, my second pension. So then I could go to the United States. I want to take Dazzle just on a visit, not to live. I'll never live in the U.S. again. You know, it's just for one, you know, it doesn't make sense for us to live in the U.S. because chances are, even with 2 pension, might not be enough to live in the U.S. You know, from what I'm hearing from people. But I do want to take Dazzle. You know, it's like my plan is like when I get my Social Security, I'll take Dazzle with me to the U.S. on vacation. Just I wanted to see her, take her to California. The places I've been that I like to see her, like for her to see, like California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. I wanted her to see that. And my plan was I was gonna rent one of those vans. Those van life things where you know, it's kind of like you can sleep in the van and all that. Rent one of those and just travel with Dazzle on one of those vans. Visit friends, visit family in the U.S. But that's it. You know, it's like my home here. You know, I'm so comfortable now in the Philippines. I've been here 14 years now. You know, it's like I know if I go back to the U.S., it'll be an adjustment for me. Just from seeing what's going on in the U.S., it'll be a big adjustment for me to stay any long amount of time in the United States. Ray, James and Karen stayed in the same venue and it was real nice. Yes. I made sure they had you know, they had a place to stay because I did not want them to like go home at night, you know, because like here in our province, man, I don't drive at night. I will drive from Calibo to our house because it's only 3 miles. You know, it's like 10 minutes for me to drive to Calibo. So I'll drive that. But anything more than that, I don't like driving at night here. And I didn't want them to have to drive after the party, drive to Balete. That's at least 30 minutes away. I didn't want them to do that. So I made sure they had a place to stay at the same place, And so my friends from Iloilo, it's like I made sure that was taken care of. That way I didn't have to travel. I would visit all, but not sure about staying anywhere more than a week or 2. Sorry, yeah. I mean, everybody's different, Edgar. You know, it's like me. You know, it's like I guess because I was in the military for 20 years, I lived in 7 different locations. I moved like 7 times in my military career. So I like the adventure. I like the adventure of like just landing in a place like Korea. Japan, you know, I like landing and then just like exploring, you know. That's why I was looking at Chiang Mai in Thailand as a possible long, you know, like maybe 6 months. All right, I just read a message from my friend Eloisa in California. On my messenger. I get messages all day from different people. Sergeant Daniel, the next 3 to 4 days our temps are, ooh, that's hot. 36 to 39 degrees Celsius with heat index. Ooh, that's some serious heat index there, Daniel. Hey, there's James and Karen. All right. Hey, James and Karen. The accommodations were awesome. Karen and I enjoyed very much. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. And we're so thankful that you guys went to the party. It made the party more fun, you know, more fun. Thank you so much, James and Karen. And Dazzle loves her purse. James and Karen bought Dazzle a gift. It's right here somewhere. Yeah, it's right down there. Yeah, it's like she really loves the purse bag that you got her. She's still sleeping, of course, Dazzle. She don't get up till like 10 a.m. Leanna's been awake. She's awake because she goes to church early on Saturday. So her and mom went to church this morning. But it's bright and sunny, you know. It's like I'm sure it's bright and sunny where James and Karen are. But like that sun is like bright this morning. Daniel, huge plus is with SRRB, you don't have the hassle and cost of exit visa. Oh yeah, there's definitely benefits to the SRRB. I'm not trying to like not like promote the SRRB, but it costs. There's costs involved with the SRRB. Joel, my friend in Arizona, I plan to travel lighter next time. I tell myself, LOL. Joel always, when Joel travels, when he goes here to Calibo, him and his wife, Eileen, they come to Calibo every year for Ati-Atihan. They come here. And Joel always has all these camera gear. He loves taking pictures like astrology, like the heavens, the moon, the stars. He can take pictures with his camera gear because he's got really nice camera gear. But of course, with camera gear, you gotta lug that around. Like the tripod, the gear. There are a lot of stuff, a lot of equipment. Danine Life. Don't forget to visit beautiful downtown Victorville. Oh yeah, definitely. Danine, when we 3 years from now, when we do our road trip of California, of course that would be one of our stops, Victorville. I actually have one of my cousins actually lived there. She's been married to an American. She's Filipina, married to an American, and she's been living in Victorville now for at least 10 years. So I'm sure I'll visit her. And then I might even make a run, drive around the base just to see the old George Air Force Base. And just the surrounding area, just to see if I recognize Victorville. Because I'm sure it's changed from like the 1980s. The last time I was in Victorville was 1987. So it's been a long time since I've been in Victorville. 2,500 a month. Rick, if you're single, Rick, even with a family, you can manage. 2,500. It just depends on your lifestyle, of course. I know not everybody lives the same lifestyle. I know if your lifestyle is like BGC, like Bonifacio Global in Manila, 2,500, that will be tight. I know people living in BGC in Manila, the expensive condos in Manila, their rent is like $1,000 a month. And of course, when you live in those kind of areas, everything is more expensive. Eating at restaurants, grocery, everything's expensive in those areas. But if you want to live frugal, if you want to live in the provinces, 2,500, that's way, you can live in half of that here. If you live here in Panay Island, if you live here in Calibo, where we're at, half of that you can live here. I guarantee you. I've moved people here. I got, what people call it? I got receipts. I got people that moved here and their rent is below 10,000 pesos, below $200 a month. So they have more than 1,000 to live on. And even Fortune, my friend on the live stream here, like he said, it's like $1,000 is plenty to live on here. James and Karen, great video on Dazzle's party in the area. Yes. I was just editing our Dazzle's birthday, the video, so that will be the next video that I just didn't have time to edit the videos after the party. I was pretty tired. The minute I got home, I was like asleep already, so I wasn't able. I didn't edit. I actually just edited it this morning. I agree. The U.S. is too expensive, but I'm going to buy a house in Texas, affordable state, and live in half the year. Yes. I tell that to people all the time. Fresh Aloha. If you can afford it, if you can afford that lifestyle, half year in the Philippines, half year in the U.S., that's like that's a perfect situation. That it gives you that excitement of at least the Philippines. If you're here for a long time, it could be tasking. I know a lot of people they say, after so many years here, they need a break from the Philippines. So if you're doing it 6 months, you have that excitement of going to the US, you're excited, and going to the Philippines, you're excited. So yeah, that would be the best scenario. But that's not cheap to do now. That's not cheap to do. Even plane ticket, and then keeping two places. So it can, but if you can afford it, that's like the best situation. Rev Fred, hi bro, hey, hello. God bless, Rev Fred. Wow, Ginno, I also have 7 duty stations in you. Yes, that's why. Well, military, that's part of the military. It's like we move. That's the reason why I never really, even though I'd lived away from the Philippines for over 30 years before I came back here in 2011. Over 30 years, I hadn't lived here, and then I moved to the Philippines in 2011. This was always home. I never had a home, that I felt like it was home, because when I came, I graduated from Long Beach, California. Then I joined the military. I was 17, and was stationed Victorville, and then Korea, and then the Philippines. It was like I never felt like I had a place. Like my family actually, when I joined the military, they were in Long Beach. But when I joined the military, they moved to Texas. They moved to all my relatives in California back in the late 80s. Majority of them anyway, they all moved to Houston, Texas, because Texas doesn't have a state tax. It was cheaper for them. Even back in the 80s, late 80s, California was getting expensive to live. And they figured out that they could sell their houses in California and move to Texas, buy a cheaper home, and keep some money in the bank. So I think one of my auntie and uncle did that, and all my relatives followed them. They're all in Texas now. They're all in Houston, Texas now. Eastern Europe. So you spend a lot of time in Germany, Daniel. I didn't know that, man. I think that's the first time I've seen you mention that you spend a lot of time in Germany. We travel light. It's the pasalubong. Well, that's good. At least the pasalubong, Dan and Neen, once you get here, you pass them out. So you're back to traveling light once you deliver all the pasalubong. I can see Liana stretching there. Because I'm sure she's sleepy. I'm sure you're sleepy, right? Because she got up early to go to church today. So I see you stretching there. I can tell you're sleepy. My PC is jumping all over. No worries, Daniel. The sun is really hot. That's I was gonna say that, man. I'll open the screen here, and I have the fan. I have the fan here, James. But it is hot. I mean, it's 8 a.m. It's already hot, so it's gonna be a hot day here for sure. I'm glad that I'm sure Dazzle and Mom were happy that they went fishing yesterday instead of today, because plus Saturday today, they like fishing there at Loola's during the weekday, because there'll be a lot of people there, especially with the good weather. Loola's fish farm on a Saturday and Sunday, it's gonna be packed in there. There's gonna be a lot of people fishing. There's HD, there's Rev Fred, there's James and Karen. Tita Marie, all right. Tita Marie, Liana go, ooh, Tita Marie. We'll be in Boracay, Roa City next year. All right, you're in my neck of the woods, Tita Marie. That's our neck of the woods, Boracay, Roa City, and Iloilo. That's the areas where we visit, where we frequent. My family lives on Panay Island. Hope to meet up with you. Yeah, for sure. We'll meet up. We'll meet up for sure. Just let us know once you get here where you're at. Whatever's the easiest for you guys, for us to meet you. Joel, I pass through Victorville all the time from Arizona to Long Beach. All right, man. The base housing area is. I've seen a video, Joel. I've actually I looked on a video on YouTube, and the hospital too, man. The hospital is like, it's a shame because I remember when that hospital opened. I opened that hospital. We moved from the old hospital to the new hospital, brand new hospital in the 80s. A nice hospital. I got to work in it for like over a year, and then to hear that only a few years later for it to be closed, and then now it's like a mess. It's like a ghost town, and the whole base is like a ghost town. Hi Ginno, good morning. Hey, my good friend in Maine, Lucita. Good morning. Good morning. Ginno, did you get to watch the? Yes, I did. I watched the video, the Filipina P, because Daniel had messaged me this morning. I watched it, but to me, it's not. I know there's an increase now on the deposit. But HD, from what I've seen here anyway, there's not many people that use the SRRV when they get here. Most people just use the tourist visa, because to me it makes more sense, the tourist visa, because the SRRV, that's a big commitment. You're putting in money already, depositing money, and then the processing fee. It's not cheap. It's over $1,000 just filling out forms, and then if you hire an agent to run it, if you don't do it by yourself, more expenses. For somebody to start spending money just to stay here, and then come find out after 1 month, 2 months here, man, I don't like the Philippines. But I guess if you got the money, you got the money. I guess some people. But for me, if I would, if I was in that situation, I would just use the tourist visa. That way, if after 1 or 2 months you decide the Philippines is not for you, you can just bail and go to Vietnam, go to Thailand. You can try other countries. Like my friend Jack. Jack's perfect example. He came to the Philippines on a tourist visa. He stayed in Iloilo for 1 month. He stayed in Boracay for 4, and then 1 month in Cebu. And he couldn't get comfortable. He couldn't get comfortable here in the Philippines because the food. Jack was pretty particular on the food that he didn't eat, that he ate, and he just didn't think the food here was any good for him. Anyway, just that's his choice. So now he's in Thailand. He went to Thailand. He's been in Thailand 2 years, and he's happy in Thailand. So that's why I say, if Jack had flown here with the SSRV, with that kind of investment on just a visa, at least he came here. He did the 5 or 6 months. Each month probably cost him $50. So 6 months cost him $300 for 6 months, and then he can bail. At least his commitment wasn't that big. It's like when you do the SRRV, that's a big commitment. That's thousands of dollars you're committing to the Philippines. You almost, that will kind of, to me, it's like if you just, you don't like the Philippines, that's like, it might feel like a waste of your money. That's why I always tell people, just try the Philippines for a couple months. Just come here, tourist visa, and then if you like it, then apply for SR. You can apply for SRRV when you get here. So to me, I don't see the rush. I don't see the rush on getting it. Fresh Aloha. I am living in Austin, Texas right now. It is not affordable anymore. Anywhere. Oh, I know Austin, Texas. I've been to Austin many times. This was back in 1995, 95 to 2000. I was stationed in San Antonio, Texas, and when I lived in San Antonio, Texas, the first couple of years I lived in Live Oak, North San Antonio, but closer to Randolph Air Force Base. I would commute I was stationed at Brooks Air Force Base, and I-35, I remember I-35 was going to Austin, and it would take me like an hour, I think I remember, from Live Oak to Austin. So I would make that trip to Austin. Austin's beautiful, I remember. It's like I loved going to Austin. They have like some of the best food. I'm a foodie. I like eating food, good food, and Austin has some of the best food trucks and all that, even back then in the 90s. Good food, Tex-Mex, barbecue, Texas barbecue. They have all that in Austin, Texas. JP, howdy, everyone. Hey, JP, I did read your notes. I saved it from yesterday because I couldn't read it. We got cut off on the live stream. You want a yellow Dazzle TV member shirt? No problem, man. I'll make that happen. You just have to let me know what size. And the sizes here in the Philippines are a little different. They're smaller here. Like in the U.S., I'm usually like a medium. I'm a medium US size, but here in the Philippines, I have to get like at least a large, sometimes extra large. Philippine sizes are smaller than American sizes. But you just gotta let me know, JP, what shirt size. I'll have that ready for you. We'll put HD's logo, Dazzle TV logo, the HD created here. We'll put it on it, and it's perfect. You want a yellow shirt, so yellow shirt and this logo here. We'll put that on a T-shirt for you. Fresh, I admire you. I always say, if want to make good money, go work in America. But if you want a good family life and culture, go back. Yes. I think I realized that early on in my life. I realized that the America is great. It's like I'll always be grateful for America. Gave me the opportunities. I would have never had the opportunities that I had. There's no way I would have gotten a pension at age 37 living here in the Philippines. That would have never happened. So it was a blessing that I was able to go to America when I was young. A blessing that I joined the military, served 20 years. So to me, and I don't think it's changed. To me, that seems to be, I hear that more and more from people. Even Filipinos now, when they go to the US, if they get lucky enough to get some kind of visa, some kind of working visa, or they marry an American, most people that I talk to, most people, they know that they're going to America to follow that American dream, make that money in America, save your money, make your money. But as far as like the family kind of, like the bond with family, you will lose that in America. And same thing with me. I can tell you from my own experience, moving to America, when we were all here in the Philippines, my immediate family, my brother, my sister, me, and then our relatives here in the Philippines, growing up in the 70s, and it's still the same today. Like I see it with Leanna, with her cousins and nephews. When we grow up here, we are tight with all our cousins, and most Filipinos will tell you that we're like Filipinos were big families, even in the 70s, and even now. I even still see it. We have extended family here. Family is huge here in the Philippines. Whereas when you go to America, now I base this on my own experience. So, I know it doesn't apply. I'm sure there's some Filipinos that moved to America that have big Filipino family there. But just from my own experience, when we moved to America, we all came to America like late 70s, early 80s. Is when my family, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, that's where the big migration from the Philippines. We were all lucky enough to be able to move to America during that time. But a lot of us ended up like, even in California, we didn't live in like the same area. I have relatives in Rancho Cucamonga. I had relatives in Tarzana. And then, we were in Long Beach. And then some, moved to Texas, New York. We had relatives that moved to New York and New Jersey. So immediately after, when we all got to the United States, we didn't have the same dynamic that we had when we were living in the Philippines. When we were living in the Philippines, we all lived in Metro Manila. And we always had like family gatherings, like Sunday dinner. We celebrated cousins, uncles' birthdays. We're always getting together. In the US, the minute I landed there, I felt it immediately. It's like I didn't hardly saw my relatives. It's like I would only see my relatives maybe for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And the longer I stayed in America, it changed. It's like the less and less I saw my relatives. It's like, and then when I joined the military, I really didn't see them anymore because the military sent me to like Korea, sent me to Japan. I start going to these places away from them. you just don't have that family bond, and moving here in the Philippines, and now when I married Dazzle, Dazzle and I got married 9 years ago. We'll be married now in April. It'll be 10 years. I just have family again here. It's like mom lives with us, Liana lives with us. We go to Katiklan, an hour away, and all of Dazzle's brothers, sister-in-law, uncle, they're all there. And when we get together, I just feel like I got that back. I got that close-knit family gathering. It's like you lose that. It's like you lose that when you go to America, because you absorb that American lifestyle. America, people do their own thing. It's like the get-togethers. You're happy to get together with family, but it doesn't happen as often. It's like a lot of times, like I said, especially when I joined the military, there was times where I wouldn't see my sister for like a few years. It's like, because my sister moved to Houston, Texas, and I was in the military, I would only see her, once every few years, and that's not a dynamic that we have, here, it's more family get-togethers. Judging from the news, Thailand has gotten more exciting in not so good way lately. Yeah, I saw that, JP. But I think a lot of that stuff, JP, it's like it happens here in the Philippines too. But I think the media and YouTube always overdo that, like war. I guess with Cambodia and Thailand, but usually like the border skirmishes. Heck, in the Philippines, stuff like that happens in Mindanao. It might be quiet right now in Mindanao, but at any time there could be like a skirmish in Mindanao with the Muslims. There could be something again at Marawi City. That city is always like there's always stuff going on, but it doesn't affect the whole Philippines, and I'm sure it doesn't affect the whole Thailand. It's like media always when there's a bad thing that happens in one area, the media always like blows it up. Oh, it's the end of the world for that country, but when you're in that country, it's like, I don't even know what, even here in the Philippines, when they had that, when Marawi City in Mindanao, there's bombings, there's war going on. I never felt that here living in Panay Island. And, it's like, if the only time I saw it, if I watched TV or I looked on YouTube, but if I didn't do that, business as usual here, in our province. Nothing happens here in our province. I know that I've been here 14 years, and it's like it's almost like the quiet, sleepy towns. Nothing ever happens here. Ginno and James eating balut. Who wins? I don't know, but I don't know about the balut, man. I'm not a fan. I've never eaten that embryo. I'm like gonna be 59 years old now next week. I've never eaten balut. I eat the yolk. I've tasted that, but the duck, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. I told James, man, you don't have to eat that. People are always telling me, James, got to eat balut. I was like, man, I don't lose my Filipino card if I don't eat balut. I'm still Filipino no matter what. So who else? The fishing, yes, sir. Asper. Oh, like I said, I got the receipt here. Reverend, I got the receipt here for Mom. Mom caught 2.35 kilos of tilapia. Big size tilapia, bigger than my hand. And fat. Those tilapias were gigantic. That's the biggest tilapias I've seen here. I was like, I don't know what they fed those tilapia, but they were healthy. And then Dazzle, she caught 2.55. So she beat Mom by 0.2 kilograms. So we have a total of like 2.9 kilos of tilapia. We got we have a lot of tilapia in the freezer right now. They ate some last night. I haven't eaten it because last night I just ate spaghetti. There was leftover spaghetti from the party, from Dazzle's birthday. So I said, and they were gonna fry the tilapia and stuff. But I was already hungry. I said, man, I'm just gonna heat up the spaghetti, eat spaghetti. But I'll eat tilapia today. I'm sure I'll have tilapia today when they eat the rest of the tilapia. But it was fun. I could tell Dazzle was like, I could tell every time when it's time for me to pick Dazzle up and Mom up from Laolas, Like I left them there at 12:30, and then I came back 5:30 to pick them up. And Dazzle was walking. I even filmed it, so I'll add it on the video. But I could tell she caught a lot. She was holding the bucket, and her smile was just like wide. Like you can tell. You know how it is when it's a good day of fishing. She could not stop smiling, and then when she opened the bucket and she showed me all the tilapia, they were still moving, they're still alive. They were like that's the healthiest tilapias I've seen, and they're so happy. I love that. I love that when I see them like that. When I see Dazzle, makes me happy every time I see Dazzle happy. Yes, that situation in Cambodia, some vloggers living there are moving. Chrome Boxer. Ginno, 99, was stationed at Fort Hood. And go to San Antonio. Oh yeah, I remember Fort Hood. Fort Hood. I've heard of that. I never made it to Fort Hood, but I've heard of the area. St. Austin yeah, I know Austin. Man, they got some good food and good music. That's the thing about Austin. Let's get a list of what people want. All right, JP, I'll come up with the list. It's like Daniel and all them. We'll get a list of like the people that are coming here. You want a T-shirt? You want a cup? I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. Make it a shirt one size smaller, so it makes it look like he has been working out. We're working out, my muscle bulging everywhere. All right. Well, like I said, HD, Filipino sizes are like at least one size smaller than American sizes. Like my friend Gray was in the Marines and Army, retired, so he's kind of bucked. He still lifts a lot of weights. He can never get a shirt that fits him here in the Philippines. Even if I get him a double XL, he looks like the Incredible Hulk, like ripping out of the shirt. If he like moves, like it'll probably like split in the middle. It's hard to find like that's one thing. If you're like a bigger person, muscular person, buy all your stuff in the US, because you will have a hard time shopping here unless you're in a city. If you're in a city, you'll be okay, like Iloilo City, Manila, or Cebu City. But here in the province, if you go to Gaisano Mall, Grand Gaisano, they do not have large sizes, large pants, large shorts, or large shirts. Filipino sizes are small. It's like even a double X shirt, I can wear it sometimes. I'm like, double X? This is double X? It's like, and I'm 155 pounds. I'm 5'10", 155. So it's like, I shouldn't be able to wear like a double XL shirt, but sometimes it fits me, it fits me here. It's very small sizes. But if you're in the city, you're okay, because you got Foot Locker, you got places like that where you can shop, where they have like American sizes. SNR, if you go to SNR, man, they got clothes at SNR that you can buy, like your Hanes, you can buy Under Armour, you can buy those stuff at SNR. Fortune, hey Fortune, what's up Fortune? My friend in Bacoor, Cavite. Sunny day here, Fortune. It's like bright and sunny here, so hopefully you're getting some sunshine finally in Cavite area. Good AM, Mom, Dazzleina, and Panay Pasi. Yeah. See, Fortune said 2,500 is more than enough for a solo. Yeah, more than enough, man. The sun is up. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear, Fortune. I am UP in Quezon City. All right. Less than 1 hour from Bacoor. Daughter is an incoming second-year student. Wants to join the registration volunteer corps. They help. Oh, nice. Always good to volunteer. Always good. You meet a lot of good people when you volunteer. They always, in the military, we call it fortune voluntold. You know, that's how it is in the military. It's like it's not really volunteer. Usually, it's like we have a meeting, like a staff meeting in the military, and if the Red Cross or they need donate blood or anything, the base needs like the military base, the outside town or city needs something from the base. Usually, our superiors will say, "All right, Ginno, he'll just name up, like 5 names. You guys report there. You've been volunteered. You've been volunteered." And I'm sure my military people understand that. It's like a voluntold. Voluntold is what we call it. Michael C., my good friend in Trece Martires in Cavite. Good morning, Gene bro. Enjoy the weekend today. Yes. I'm beautiful weather. It's like when Dazzle gets up, we're gonna have to do something to take advantage of this beautiful weather we're having. I would not be surprised if Dazzle wants to go fishing again. Dazzle and Mom, they can go fishing anytime. They can. How about you, Leanna? Did you want to go fishing?
No.
Yeah, see, Leanna's like me. We're not a fan of fishing. So it's usually Mom and Dazzle. And if I ask Dad, that's I don't mind taking you to the fishing. She'll just like, I'm sure, let's go. Especially with the amount of fish that they caught yesterday. I would not be surprised if when she gets up this morning that she wants to go fishing again.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't stop talking, right, Leanna, last night. They couldn't stop talking about how much fish they caught.
Yeah, I was asleep and they woke me up.
Oh yeah, Leanna was actually when I pick up Mom and when I pick up Mom and Dazzle when we came home, Leanna was sleeping on the couch here, and they woke Leanna up because they were so excited to tell Leanna about the fish, and Leanna's going, huh, what's going on? But they were good sized tilapias. Rose's birthday. All right, happy birthday, Rose.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rose. We met Michael and Rose. We spent a few days with them in Boracay. So good people. Happy birthday, Rose. All right, Michael. I'm glad that you mentioned that. We'll have to greet Rose happy birthday. Michael, happy birthday to Rose. Many July celebrants. Yeah, many July celebrants. They're Leo. She's a Leo too, like Dazzle and I. Both Dazzle and I are Leo. Happy birthday, Michael C. About how far do you live? La Casa from us, Daniel, is I would say like 4 miles. 4 miles. It's not far. It'll take me like from our house to La Casa 15-20 minutes. That's how close we are. To it's just in Calibo. I've taken Bumblebee there. I can for short trips I take Bumblebee. Like here in Numancia, I always drive around in Bumblebee. And if I'm just going to Calibo real quick, to the fruit stand or to McDonald's, I'll just take Bumblebee. Not far at all. Let's do that, Ginno and GP. All right, we will. I'll make a list. I'll put it in my little iPad here. I'll start making a list. I'll contact you guys. Most of you guys, I have your contact information. So I'll just contact you. Size T-shirt and then the cups. I got the cups. I got some more of these cups, man. I got plenty of these cups. See, I got these cups in the boxes. So when I meet you, I'll hand you guys your Coffee with Ginno cup. Fortune. Panay Posse on one side and then we already have the Dazzle. We have the Dazzle TV logo. So we just don't have the Panay Posse logo. That'd be kind of cool. Like maybe like an outline of Panay. Like the map of Panay. I'll see if Dazzle can work on a logo. I'll ask Dazzle. She likes doing that. I'm not that good at design. Leanna's good at art. Maybe you can design us, Leanna. There's mom.
I have put sunblock.
She's putting sunblock. Yeah, because it's hot outside. That's good. That's good. What sunblock are you using?
This yours.
Oh yeah. Well, I have several types. I have like 4 different types of sunblock because people always give me sunblock because I use a lot of sunblock because I have to really protect myself from the sun. That's why always sunblock. Always I got like 2 of these hats. I'm always like wearing my hat. It's like when I'm outside. So I'm always like super careful now when in regards to the sun.
I need this because I stay outside.
Yeah. Mom always stays outside because she's the laundry person. She loves to do laundry. Dazzle, Leanna, and I will always look at each other because mom is always doing laundry. We have a machine. You have a machine, so it's not like she could just like run but she likes to. She got their camping chair there.
That's my hobby.
Yeah. That's mom's hangout. It's outside.
Outside.
So I'll make a list. I'll make a list for Chen. Maybe like the Dazzle TV, like the Dazzle TV logo, like this Under Armour, maybe a small logo, and then like a bigger design on the back with the Panay Posse. That would be cool. And then we'll reserve a table at the 2nd anniversary of the Canadian Beaver. We'll all go to Rojas and wear our shirts. That would be cool. ER doctor Edgar asking for nurses. I know. I mentioned that. That he was, but like you were saying, Fortune, I know it's so true. Like even the nurses here at Panay Hospital here, and even at Asia Pacific, when I talk to them, a lot of them, their goal is just get the experience here, but they're all applying to go overseas. It's like I think the only ones that stay are like the older nurses that are already married and have kids. Those are the ones that stay. But the younger nurses that have no family yet, most of them, they can't wait to go overseas and work. 1,000 is enough in Panay, not enough in Metropolitan. No. That's what I said. That's why a lot of people I've noticed, Fortune, that contact me. Most of the people that contact me are the ones that because they see how I budget. I'm conscious about budget. Most of the people that contact me to assist them to move here are the budget retirees. The people that are gonna have that one pension, Social Security a lot of times, and they want to watch their money. They want to watch their money. So that's the one. Those are the people that contact me, and I try to get them. I always tell them, it's like you can really save money here if you really want to be on a budget. I know some expats here that are like living like Filipino style, and their rent is like 5,000 pesos, less than $100 a month. But again, Filipino style. The shower is the bucket and the tabo kind of thing. But hey, it's like to me, whatever works, right? It's like if you can retire in a peaceful area. Province life, slow life, quiet life, not a lot of noise. It's like at a later age, like I'm realizing it. As the older we get, man, it's like for me anyway. The older I get, I just want peace and quiet. I don't want the hustle and bustle in the city, the noise, the pollution, the people, the amount of people. Yeah, I do YouTube, and I'm pretty. I'm an extrovert, as everybody. I'm talkative. I'm friendly. I talk to a lot of people, but I do like my peace and quiet too. I like walking early when everything's quiet, when I can only hear the birds. It's like I enjoy having a quiet place, a quiet area, and that's hard to do. Even in Iloilo City, when I walk in the morning there. You can walk at 5:30 and there's already jeepneys. There's already like loud motorbikes. There's that city noise already. I'm good with it for like a few days, but I don't think I would enjoy it if I lived there like permanently, like day to day, having that noise. My friend Ray, he's in New Coast, Boracay, and he's the same as me. He likes that morning peace and quiet walk, or he even walks in the afternoon with the sun and at Newcomers, and he has all that quietness. He can go to the beach and there will be nobody at the beach, you know. That's kind of like the vibe I like. That's the kind of vibe I like. Are you wanting to eat balut or talking about t-shirts? I'm talking about t-shirts. T-shirts. I'm sure he's talking about t-shirts, JB. You know. I think very few people want to be talking about balut, man. Balut to me is kind of like with the expats. It's become like a challenge. That's all it is. It's like, I don't think expats really eat balut for the taste. You know, it's like I said, I'm eating the yolk part, the yellow part. I mean, it's just like eating a hard-boiled egg. An even harder. You know, it's like a solid. You know, it's a solid yolk, man. Both. Yeah, Portia says both. JB. Pandan Hills is overlooked. Yeah, I remember. I've seen videos of it actually. Pandan Hills. I know it's by the Altabas. A lot of mountain area there. That's why mountainous area. A lot of greenery, tall grass. So I'm sure. You have to find a good day to go though, because a lot of those areas during the day, like today, it'd just be too hot. You would have to like protect yourself from the sun, have an umbrella, you know. Anything you do today with this sun right now, it's gonna be hot outside. If I walk outside now, I'd be sweating. I'll be sweating if I walk outside. Get Chloe. I think she wants to go up, Dean. I think she wants to go up. Oh, now she climbs. Chloe's funny. She'll bark like she wants us to carry her upstairs, but when you get near her, she'll climb anyway. She just wants to trick us. Sounds like I have to get a shirt tailored. Shirt tailored. It's not hard to get shirt tailored here. I mean, you know, HD in Calibo they have shopping area. Like my friend Kim, he lives in Romblon. He actually got pants, shorts, and like Hawaiian style t-shirts tailor made because Kim's a pretty big guy. He's like 6'1", 6'2", large built. So, and he asked me one day, man, where can I get some? Because he moved actually from Romblon. He's got an apartment in Calibo now. Because his daughter now is attending nursing school at St. Gabriel College. So he decided to move here, be close to his daughter. And he did. He asked me, it's like, man, I can't find any clothes in Gran Gaisano at all. I know you're not going to find any clothes, and you're a big guy, you know. So he went to shopping, and he had some cargo style shorts tailored made for him, and then those Hawaiian shirts that he had made. So now that's his outfit now, like cargo shorts and Hawaiian shirts. JP, Fortune, balut scares me. I can't blame you, JP. You don't need to eat. I even told that to James, man. James, you don't need to eat balut, man. I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to like puke in front of people. A liquid courage, yeah. You don't need, you know. Now, you know, I'm sure there's expats that have tried balut here, JP, but I have not yet met an expat here that says they like balut. You know, they do it for the challenge just to say you've eaten balut, but you know, balut is really an acquired taste. You know, it's like I know Leanna, Dazzle Mom, I know they eat balut, but they've been eating balut since they were little kids, you know, so. I just never ate them. You know, I never ate them even when I lived in the Philippines in Manila. Because even in Manila back in the 70s, they did have people selling balut, but, you know, it's kind of like, it's more common like in the provinces. In Manila, usually, maybe in Luneta, I remember they would sell balut, but in our neighborhood, we once in a while we'll hear the balut guy yelling balut, but I remember growing up, it wasn't a big thing for us to eat balut. Just so current temperature, 8:30 p.m., 31 degrees Celsius. Just imagine it as a mini chicken soup. Mini chicken soup? I don't know about a mini chicken soup, man. The liquid courage makes some people abuse. JP, when you peel it, sip the juice first. Once all the juice is gone, peel some more. Remove the white part. Yeah, the white part is hard. You can't really eat. There's a yellow part, a white part, and a... But I've seen people just bite into it, Fortune. I've seen people just bite the whole thing. I'm thinking, the white part, that's hard. You know, it's like, even sometimes the yolk itself sometimes is hard. Remove the white part. Yeah, remove the white part. What remains is the egg and the embryo. Just put salt on the embryo in your mouth. That would be a stretch. That would be a stretch, JP. Some say it's an aphrodisiac. I thought Leanna was fiercely competitive fisher girl. No, she's not. She's competitive, but not with fishing. Leanna's not. Leanna actually, when we go fishing, if she doesn't catch fish in like the first hour, she says, "I'm done, kuya." You know, she don't want to fish anymore. But if she catches on like the first hour, maybe she'll fish longer. Ikaw, Leanna, can you sing the song Ikaw by Yang Constantino?
No, I don't know that.
You don't know that song? You don't, yeah,
But
no.
Mother.
Mom sings that? Mom sings that? She likes to sing American songs, Fortune. Do you know any Filipino song that you can sing? Not really, right? You sing American songs. Yeah, she sings American songs. I've never heard Leanna sing any Filipino songs. Mom does. Mom knows a lot of Filipino songs. Mom's like outside sometimes doing laundry outside. She's singing outside. JP, if we both happen to be in the Philippines at the same time, I can prepare a balut for you that is foreigner friendly. Foreigner friendly. Ginno, can you ask the ladies if they watch It's Okay Not to Be Okay? Do you watch that? Okay Not to Be Okay by Ann Curtis, Carlo Aquino?
No, but the Korean one.
Korean one, yeah. They don't, Fortune, because they always watch Korean drama. That's what they watch here. They don't watch, you guys don't watch a lot of Filipino drama, right? It's all Korean.
We watch horror.
Filipino horror. They watch Filipino horror and Korean drama. They don't watch a lot of that Filipino drama. The setting is Iloilo City with all. Oh, nice. The setting is in Iloilo City. You can then work up to the full balut afterwards if you like. Work up to the full balut. The full balut. Like I said, JP, I'm not a fan of balut. I've never eaten it, man. I've tried the yellow part. I could eat that, but to me, it's just like eating like a really hard-boiled egg. No dating until after balut. No dating after balut. Love the map idea on the shirt. Maybe with Iloilo Rojas Aklan and Boracay marked on it. Yeah. I think I'll let Dazzle know. I'll let Dazzle know. Maybe she can come up with the design. Cheap, abundant seafood and white sand therapy. Oh, you'll get plenty of that. Plenty of that here, JP. That's not a problem in Aklan. Seafood here, like especially fish. I mean, they have so many fish here. It's not just the girls, they like to eat tilapia, but there's a lot of seafood. Like fish from the ocean. Like at the public market in the Numancia market, there's a lot because the next town from us, where Loola's fish farm is Makato. And Makato is that a lot of fish ponds, and then you're also near the beach. Like from that Loola's fish farm, it's less than 1 kilometer, and you're already on the beach. So a lot of fishermen, a lot of Makato is actually, I know they supply the fish than here in Numancia. There's more fishermen in Makato than Numancia. There's a few fishermen here in Numancia. That's why you see a lot of roadside vendors, and then you got those guys where they're on a motorbike and they put like a large styrofoam cooler in the back, and then they'll just yell. They'll yell in Aklanon. They'll yell fish. They'll drive really slow on the road because they want to attract people's attention, and they sell it. They'll have like a scale that they carry on the motorbike, and they'll just drop the scale on the floor, put the fish, and then you can buy them per kilo. Fresh Aloha, my aunt, that's what she does. She has a house in LA and here in Bacoor. She alternates there and here. She's on a pension, having retired as an accounting LA college. Yeah, my friend Steve and Nova, they're in Vegas. They have a house in Vegas, Las Vegas, and they have a house here in New Washington, Aklan. JP, you might remain single the entire if you make that your motivation. If you make that your motivation, you might be single for a long time. If balut, if you can't, that's funny. My first couple of years, I really want to live on very lean budget to wipe out debt and save a ton of. Yes, you could do that. You could do that, Daniel. I'll help you with that, man. If you decide to live here in Panay Island, I'll steer you to the right direction. Get you a low rent apartment, and then just budget. You can easily budget here. I think Kalibo is ideal. I think I'll make a video. I'll make a video about Kalibo, why I think it's an ideal location to retire. If you're on a budget, when you move here and grow your budget. One thing I like about Kalibo for people that are on a budget, and I lived there, I experienced it for 4 years when I was going to college in Kalibo. Of course, I had the GI Bill, so I was saving more money. But if you don't have that, I was still, my apartment in Kalibo, from 2012 to 2016, my apartment, nice apartment, a building, 3-story building, unfurnished. I had to get furniture for it. My rent was for those 4 years, 7,000 pesos a month. So about $125. The same apartment now, that's like, I moved out of there in 2016 when we moved in here. 9 years later, the rent is only 8,000 pesos. So it increased by like 18 bucks in like 9 years. So you can expect your rent not to increase if you moved into that. It used to be Carillo Snyder. My friend Larry, actually, he owns a resort now in Pandan, Antique. He owned the building, but he sold it. He sold that building. There's a new owner. Then he bought the resort in Pandan, Antique, because he wanted to get closer to the beach. But you can easily find an apartment like that in Kalibo. Even now, you can find below 10,000 pesos unfurnished. And for me, the reason I went unfurnished, it's not hard to furnish it, especially if you're a single guy, like I was when I moved there, because I was going to go to school for 4 years in STI College Kalibo. So to me, to furnish an apartment for me it wasn't expensive. It's like, but again, I'm a budget guy because I bought like Dazzle always gives me a hard time about the furniture that I bought. Because the furniture I bought is the bamboo furniture. It was a long couch made of bamboo. It had 2 chairs. It had a coffee table and then a stand for my TV. The whole set occupied the whole living room. My whole living room. It cost me 4,000 pesos. So it was like $80 to furnish my living room, because it's the bamboo furniture. And then what I did is I just I went to like Foos is like a place here that sells like cushions. So I just bought pillows. I had like cushion, I bought cushion for the bamboo for the couch, so I can lay on the couch and had pillows. It was comfortable. It was comfortable because of the cushion and the pillows. And then I bought a refrigerator, and the refrigerator I bought was like the 6 cubic feet, a little bigger than a dormitory one. It had like, when you open it, it's just one door, and it had like a little freezer, like a plastic area, like a freezer. I could store like freezer stuff in there, and it cost me like 7,000 pesos for my refrigerator. So like 150, like maybe $150. So I had that, and then I bought a single burner electric, like to cook on, because I don't trust gas. I've never had any gas like to cook. Even now, we have like a one burner electric, and we have our oven. Everything's electric in our house. I bought that. That was my kitchen. My fridge and a one burner, and then my bed was made of wood. It's like it was the cheapest bed I can get, and the bed was made of wood, and you buy a cushion. It's like it's called Uratex here. It's a cushion you put on top of it. Mine was like a double size bed, and with the bed and the cushion, I know I didn't spend $100. So that's my bed. I had a bed, I had a living room, I had a kitchen. And then I bought like an AC unit, the window type AC unit, and I paid like 7,000. So I furnished that apartment, I would say $600. I furnished that apartment, so to me it was worth it, because I was thinking I was going to go to school for 4 years. And then if I had to leave all that stuff, I would have left it. It's like, to me, if I had used that stuff for 4 years, if like, I could leave it. It's like, I always tell people, it's like, for me, don't buy all the expensive leather furniture, all that, if you can't leave it. If it's gonna lock you down in the place. Like me, after 4 years of college, I could have left all that stuff and wouldn't care. It's like, like I said, it didn't cost that much, and I got 4 years use out of it. And I'm sure I could have sold it, like, hey, buy my living room set for like, give me $25, it's yours. I knew I could have sold it like that. But that refrigerator, that 6-foot refrigerator, we ended up moving that here, and we used it here till we bought this one 2 years ago. So that refrigerator lasted 10 years, and now it's in Katiglan at Mom's house. Mom's still using that refrigerator now. But you can easily, like I said, you can easily furnish unfurnished one bedroom. And mine was two bedroom unfurnished. You can easily put enough stuff there where you can sleep, you can cook, and you have, like a living room area. I'm not in a hurry to find a Filipina, willing to wait for a good one, attractive, sane, and likes fishing. You can find that. You can find that here, JP. I know a lot of Filipinas like fishing. The water person. Hello. Yeah, here. Kuya, here. Mamaya mo na lang ibigay yung stuff eh. The water delivery person just came, so I had to hand him some money. For the delivery, I think it's 25 pesos now, right? Yeah, it's 25 pesos. We have a 5-gallon water container, and it's 25 pesos. Oh, less, about 50 cents, 50 US cents to refill it. It's like they purified water. That they use. They clean the water. It's tap water. They run it to the machine, filters and all that. So it's worked for us. It's like that's the drinking water that we drink. And JP, that's always been my advice to people anyway. Like, I think I mentioned it on the previous live stream. I always tell people when they come to the Philippines, my advice always is like, get settled here first before start looking for a Filipina. That way, you go to a place where you like. It's your choice, right? JP, like you're Edgar. He wants to go to Boracay. You want to try Aklan Province. So it was your decision to come here. You know, it's your decision. Like you want to check out the place. You want to see if you like it. If you meet a Filipino before you get here, you know, like online dating, and I've seen that work for people, online dating, the LDR, long distance relationship. But what happens with those? You end up going to the place where the Filipina lives, and it might not be the best place. You know, it might not be the place that you like. It might not be close to the ocean. It might not be. It might be not the area where you really want to live. You know, it's like at least, but if you come here and not, you know, you don't have a Filipina yet, you're gonna go to a place that you like. You like me. That's what happened to me. I came here. I love Boracay, so I came to Boracay. You know, so I lived in Boracay for 18 months, so I loved it. You know, it's like I got to experience life, and you know that I enjoyed. You know, I love mountain biking. I love snorkeling. I like the white beach. You know, it's like I got to experience that. I was happy, and you know that the first 18 months, like, and you know, a lot of times, like when we come from America, you know, we kind of carry baggage, you know, like I know I did, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's like I carried baggage from previous relationships, you know. I was not in a hurry to hook up here with a Filipina because like I know there was issues within me, you know, that I had to resolve myself before I was ready for a relationship again. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I waited because after the first 18 months, and then I went to school here, and then finally I met Dazzle in school. We dated for you know, that during the college years, we dated each other. I wasn't in a hurry, you know, it's like, to me, it's like, you know, marriage is serious, right? You know, marriage is serious. It's not something where you're in a hurry to get married, you know, especially for most of us. We've been married before, you know, so it's like, what's the rush? You know, what's the rush? What's the rush for marriage? What's the rush for a relationship, you know? It's not our first relationship, you know, so why rush it? Why rush it? To me, relationship, you got to make it it has to naturally come. It has to naturally, you know, for me, I didn't go on the dating sites. I didn't want to do the LDR thing. I wasn't going to do that. But, you know, that was just me. I mean, everybody's different. You know, I respect people that go that route. But to me, I think it's better if you come here first, find the area that you like, get settled in. And that way, the person that you'll meet more likely will be in that area already. You don't have to move. You know, you have to move. And at least you already know that you like the area. If you go to Boracay, like Edgar, like JP moved here to Aklan, you already know you like the area. You selected it because of the seafood, because of the white sand. So chances are you're going to meet somebody here that's already here. You don't have to go somewhere else. Doc Daniel agrees that seafood and beach will cure most problems. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that, Daniel, because for me, when I moved to Boracay Island, it not healed me, but it made me a better person. You know, it's like I've mentioned this before on previous videos. It slowed down my mind. You know, in the U.S., when I was in the U.S., I worked in the military, then I worked at St. Mary's Hospital. Your mind's always going, you know, you got responsibilities at work. You got, you know, pressure outside of work with family, with friends, with, you know, always like on the go. There's Mama. Mama just came back. She went to the Sorry store. She got an umbrella. She just came back from Sorry. You know, so for me, that first 18 months in Boracay, it did me good. You know, it changed the whole, my whole way of thinking, because in Boracay, when I landed there in 2011, it was all about sunset. You know, sunset was like, they call that a golden hour in Boracay. And it was always, you know, the day kind of revolved on sunset, like at 5:30, 6 p.m., going out to watch sunset. I used to drink beer, so I would have like a draft beer, a few draft beers. In Station 3, there was a German bar there that had beer on tap, and I would have a couple of tap, and you would just sit there by the ocean every day, sipping your draft beer, looking at the sunset. It just changed the way I looked at things. It changed me. I know it healed me from all the madness and all the craziness that I had to go through in life, because my life was pretty crazy. 20 years in the military is not easy. Many people that serve in the military will tell you that. Military was high pressure job, stressful as heck. It's like I'm very stressful. And then even when I went to the civilian side at St. Mary's, I had big responsibility at work, and just the life in the U.S. Bills, a lot of bills in the U.S. You have your cable bill, you have your phone bill, you have insurance, you got like car insurance, house insurance, you got insurance for everything. Whereas in Boracay, when I got to Boracay, I paid my studio apartment 10,000 pesos at the time, less than 200 bucks. I think I paid my internet was like 20 bucks, my phone was like I loaded my phone like 300 pesos a month. So I didn't have all those bills anymore. It's like I didn't have a car. My first 3 years in the Philippines, I did not have a car. I didn't have a car in Boracay. When I moved to Calibo, I didn't buy a used car. That was a horrible decision, by the way. Buying a used car, I'll never do that again. But I bought the used car in 2014. I've been here 3 years before I drove a car again. I was just riding my mountain bike. I rode my mountain bike in Boracay, moved to Calibo. I was riding the same mountain bike and riding tricycles. Because it saves you money when you don't have a vehicle. Because even here, if you have a vehicle, the cost of maintaining a vehicle, the gas, insurance, even though insurance is cheaper here, it just costs money to own a vehicle. That's why the first 3 years I didn't have a car. I didn't have a motorbike. I had nothing. I had a mountain bike. I paid like $300 for my mountain bike. Ginno, hey, good morning, John. John, Salve, and Maggie from Florida. Good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Your views on family life in U.S. is spot on. I never see my cousins or aunts or uncles. Everyone is scattered. That's just how it is. In the Philippines, families. I'm glad you second the motion there, John, because that's exactly how I felt, man. It's like here I grew up in the Philippines, right? I was like 12 when I left here. Everybody was so close, every birthday was celebrated, like cousins, aunties, uncles, everybody, we used to play cards, even though I was like young, we knew how to play pusoy. I knew how to play mahjong, even the kids would play mahjong, it was like family, it was family. But when we got to America, it's like we were all scattered. And then we were lucky to see each other. At first, I would see them once a year during Christmas. And then it got further. They were like, next thing I know, I didn't see my sister for 3 years, 4 years. I'm like, it's the life. And it is what it is, right? It is what it is. US, you're there to make money. You're there to like save money. Because, if we understood it, because like our relatives in Texas or our relatives in New Jersey, if they have to come to California to visit, to have a get-together in California, that's their 2-week vacation for the year, right? And then when you do that, that's not, it ends up not being really a vacation. To me, I kind of adapted the American thinking after a while when I was in the US. Vacation is like going to Cancun, going to Vegas. That's a vacation. Visiting family in the States, sometimes it doesn't turn out to be vacation, unfortunately, because, Filipinos, when you get separated like that and you get a get-together, it's kind of like American families too. There's drama. There's drama. There's always like, I heard you said my son is like a bum, kind of thing. And, friction. There's friction with family, even with Filipino families when we got to the U.S. It's just a different dynamic because you don't fix the problem because you don't see each other often. You're so far away from each other that rumors spread that, you said this about my daughter or said, and then life in the U.S., in the Philippines, most people here, you might separate, but there's no divorce here. But in the US, people get divorced, unfortunately, and that creates another drama in the family. Like, cousin this got divorced. She got 3 kids. That stuff. It changes the dynamic, because here, there's arguments here. I know Dazzle sometimes, like Nene, the older sister, brother, there's friction sometimes, but it gets resolved fast because we're all here, and then we won't let it slide. Like, hey, you guys talk it out, you guys fix it, but we're all here, so issues get resolved. A lot of times in the US, family issues linger, grows, gets bigger over time, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right, John? It is what it is. Can't wait back and feel included again. Yes. Daniel, the Panay map can show all 4 provinces and capitals, then Boracay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Liana.
Yes. I'm gonna sleep.
You're gonna sleep? You're gonna go back to sleep? If there is a list, I can bring a stack of American size shirts. All right, we'll come up with a list, JP. We'll come up with a list, and then when it's your time to come, I'll get you. I'll give you a list of like the American size shirts. That's a cool idea, JP. Because it's hard. It's hard to find American size shirts here. I would have to go to like SNR, and for it to be like a plain shirt with yellow, black, or blue without any design on it. That would be like something I would buy at SNR here. Hello everyone from Balikbayan, guy. That's a lot of tilapia. Oh, we got a lot of tilapia, man. It's like 4.9 kilos of tilapia, man. We're gonna be eating tilapia here for a few days. It's still cheap though, man, because it's like 150 pesos per kilo, so that's pretty good price for tilapia. I will settle for a business woman banker. Fortune, can you work on it? Can you work on it? Hi, babe.
Hello, everybody.
Dazzle's awake.
Hello, guys. Good morning.
And the Chloe too. Chloe.
Chloe.
She's been down here earlier already. Chloe's been down here, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Tutoy? What about Tutoy?
Oh, Totoy's been down here too.
Tutoy,
But
ano
Chloe
ba?
likes to stay with Mama when she's with her mama. Dazzle, her mama. She likes staying upstairs when.
Come here, pipi. Pipi.
And they just fish using, yes, they fish with bamboo. They have rod and reel, but they prefer the bamboo. Yeah, they prefer the bamboo sticks.
Oh yeah, we caught a lot yesterday.
I know. I was telling them they caught you guys caught 4.9 kilos of tilapia in like 5 hours.
Ano ma?
Good morning, Fortune. The Ginno gangsters. Daniel's always coming up with these names. How are you, Daniel? Haha, Edgar. Most of them will be in the city, and they could be expensive to maintain. Yeah, Fortune. That's so true, right? Fortune knows because there's a big difference in the Philippines when you're talking about women in BGC, Makati. That's high end. That's high end. These people are used to like the higher end of life. It's not province people at all. Yeah, the finer things in life. These women, drink red wine. They eat like the expensive Kobe beef. They know all about that. Here in the province, you mentioned Kobe beef to a province girl, she's probably gonna go, Kobe, is that the basketball player? And so, they would not know, not here. But like when you go to BGC, women there are more refined. They're more exposed to like American stuff. If Canadian Beaver is going to be the clubhouse, maybe it should be on the map. Oh, nice, yeah. Or maybe we can put the logo, like maybe JP, like on the map of Panay Island, where where Rojas City would be. Instead of Rojas City, we'll put like the Canadian Beaver logo. I'm sure Mike won't mind. I'm sure he'll get a kick out of it, that his logo of the Canadian Beaver would be on our shirt. Agreed, JP. Daniel, how's weather in Jacksonville? Hot, hot. He said it's hot in Jacksonville, Florida. I was thinking of cracking the egg and putting it in a shot glass. It might not fit. It might not fit, JP. It might not fit because balut, JP, when you open it, it's hard. It's not like it's not like you can pour. You might be able the juice. You able to put the juice, but the balut itself, it'll sit on top of your shot glass because you gotta break it down. Because they cook it. They cook the balut. At least the balut is cooked. At least it's cooked. I remember watching the horror movie Impacto. Impacto, yeah. During the 1996. Might be good for Leanna to check out. All right. They've probably seen it already. I bet you. But I'll ask Dazzle when she comes out whether she's seen the movie Impacto. I don't watch a lot of Filipino movies. I think I've seen the horror one that I've seen that sticks to my mind is the one with Chris Aquino. I just can't remember the title. Dazzle would know. Yeah, the Feng Shui. Yeah, Feng Shui. See, Dazzle knew immediately. That's the only horror movie that I've seen that I like.
Impacto yet, Daddy.
You haven't watched Impacto?
Yeah.
Yeah, HD said it's pretty good. Impacto.
Who's the actor or the actress?
Impacto. Well, I'll Google it. I'll Google Impacto 1996.
Okay.
Tita Marie, go to the Canadian Beaver. Oh, yes. Everybody, a lot of people, when they go to Rojas City, they stop by the Canadian Beaver. That's kind of like a must-see now. When you go to Rojas City, must-see to stop by the Canadian Beaver. Hello, Ginno, my friend. Siegmeister. Pandesal, yeah. That's not the good stuff, man. I bought that. That's the cheaper one, babe. The 2 peso. The 2 peso pandesal. I just tried it.
And then I'll eat cake. I still have cake.
Oh, I wouldn't mind having a piece of the cake. I wouldn't. Dazzle's cake is delicious. It's mocha cake, man. The icing on it is delicious.
I like it.
JP, put me down for an XL T-shirt. All right, XL T-shirt. I'll mark it down. I'll keep the list. Here. So, Balikbayan Guy XL. I'll make a list here on my iPad.
XL.
They want a list of T-shirts, babe.
Is it the size US or Filipino?
This one I know for Balikbayan Guy, it's US size. John US. I'll just put John US XL.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, John. Salvi.
Yeah, I'll come up with the list. Okay, I will work on a good farming woman and work on chicken and pigs and cows. Fortune, keeping it real. For me, Edgar, this is, again, just me now, I'm not trying to bash any of the city women. I prefer province women. Yeah, I like that Dazzle came from the province. I like that Dazzle likes fishing. I like how she can clean a fish, gut a fish, handles it, A lot of times when you meet women in the city, correct me if I'm wrong, Edgar, Fortune, but a lot of women in the city, they're like, ew, I ain't touching that kind of thing, I'm not, I like women that, that I can take anywhere, go anywhere, not squeamish. Dazzle growing up, Dazzle, she took care of pigs, she took care of goats,
You sure about that, babe?
chicken,
You
yeah.
sure you can handle the Pacquiao version?
The Pacquiao version. So one thing Dazzle is, she's not squeamish. It's like I like that she's like that. I like that Dazzle's like that. If you date a woman in the city, a lot of times, they're not around chickens, they're not around goats, or they're not, they're used to like living in a condo, in a house, not many animals, kind of thing. I dated a Chinese actress in USA, and that was all the drama I needed for a lifetime. Drama dragon never again. That's funny. Wow, Daniel, sorry about that. Oh my God, I can only imagine. Are people wanting yellow, or was that my crazy idea? Yellow's my favorite color, JP. So me, I'll go yellow. But we can have several colors. That's not a problem. I mean, whatever people, a lot of people I notice like black. It's like, but we can do different colors. As long as we got the logo, and we got the Panay Posse in the back, and not a problem. But me, I'll go yellow. I'll go yellow, JP, because I like yellow. We've done it before. Dazzle and I had T-shirts before when we had the Resto Bar. We had the Island Vice Bistro T-shirts, and most of them were black, but Dazzle had yellow, right, babe?
Yeah.
Yours was yellow. Dazzle's shirt was the Bistro, Island Vice Bistro shirt. The Dazzle wore was yellow. Everybody else wore black. So, Dazzle likes yellow too. The cost of living in the province is cheap, especially in Panay. It's even an advantage once you get to like local food. Panay has plenty of vegetables and seafoods. Then you can just do your meats. Yes. That's always been one of the things I liked about Panay Island, Fortune. Is like the cost of living here. I noticed that immediately, that cost of living here. I can even see the difference when I'm here in Calibo, in Aklan, than when we go to Iloilo City. But even Iloilo City is still cheaper than if we go to Manila. Manila is just expensive. Especially you get into that BGC area, that Makati area. That's expensive territory there. It's like a... Hello, HD. Good to see you. All right, Fortune. From time to time, now, if you crave for Western food, then you can go run. Yes. That's what we do. Fortune. That's why when I crave certain foods, I go to SNR. I buy stuff at SNR in Iloilo City. For some days, then go home after passing by. Yeah. SNR is always like our last stop when we're in Iloilo City. That's always like before we head home, we always stop at SNR. Even like just the salad, even the fresh garden salad at SNR. I love their salad. It's got like the ginger sauce on it, delicious. And then even I'll get a slice of pizza. Their giant pepperoni pizza. It's almost like a small pizza, but it's a giant slice for like 99 pesos, so like $1.75 for a slice. I always get that salad, the garden salad, and the pizza, and then just a lot of stuff that I miss, about the U.S. But when we go there, we'll shop. Like I'll get granola cereal, because I don't get many of that granola cereal. I can't find it a lot of times in Calibo, so I buy it at SNR. Then Boracay, of course, like Edgar. If Edgar, when he moves to Boracay, you love Boracay, Edgar, because all the Western food is in all the Western food is in Boracay now. I mean, you can have a sub sandwich. You can have a pastrami sandwich. Freshly baked bread. It's like just things that you're used to in the U.S. Oh, thanks, babe. Dazzle got me her cake, mocha cake, mocha cake. I love the icing on this. It's got kind of like a coffee taste to it. That's why I like it. Oh, I reached 2 hours already. I kept talking today. My bad, guys. I gotta zoom through here because we're already over the 2 hour mark. My brother sister live 3 hours away and have always had cats. I'm allergic to cats. So we never get, oh, that, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, JP. I think I'm allergic to cats, right, babe? I'm allergic to cats, so I've never had cats. I've always had dogs, but I think I'm allergic to cats. Kyle, all right, Kyle. Hello, Kyle Rathburn. Hello from Texas. All right, Kyle. How are you? Okay. I would not mind a white shirt, but always, yeah, don't get a white shirt. Don't get a white shirt, JP. That's a warning to people. Like, I don't own a white shirt because the water is always it turns there. It's always not clear. That's why we don't drink the tap water, because it's hard to to keep white shirts not stained here.
Unless you live in Antique, babe.
Unless you live in Antique, that's what Dazzle said. They have clean water, but unfortunately in Aklan province, the water, especially during rainy season, changes color on us.
When you're close to Aklan River.
Listen to Ginno and you guys. All right, feel welcome. All right, John, great. I thought the balut was raw. No, balut's not raw. It's cooked. It's cooked, JP.
It's like something steamed. That's why it's.
Yeah, it's either steamed or boiled, but it's cooked. There's no way they would give you like a raw balut.
Yeah.
Wish all the fish. It's time for fish and grits. Ask Dazzle, how does it feel to be over 30 now? Daniel, you're over 30 now, babe. Daniel
I
said.
feel like I'm just starting my life, guys.
You hear that, Daniel? Dazzle said she feel like she's just starting her life.
Yeah. I value my life more now. More that I'm 30.
You value your life more now. Edgar said it was good listening to Dazzle TV driving back from the lake. Time passed. Oh, thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Edgar. JP, I like white T-shirt. Can't wait to see the design. All right. So balikbayan guy, like John likes a white T-shirt.
Now, babe, I value my life because now I can feel my back, my knees.
It could affect the graphics. Okay, all right. Once we get the graphics, what I'll do, JP, is I'll print it in different colors. That way you guys can decide. Yellow, we'll go yellow, black, and white. I'll make like the three shirts to begin with, and I can show you guys. That way you can decide. It's easy for me here because printing on shirts here is not expensive. Even on the cups, it's not expensive for me. The cups cost me like 150 pesos to print on the cups. So that's like what, less than $3 for the cup. So it doesn't cost me anything here. Light gray. Ooh, light gray. It's a good choice. Light gray. Not too light. Not too dark. Not too light. Good morning, Kuya. Good morning, Ray. Good morning. I brought granola back with me when I came back from recent visit to the States. Yes, I love granola, man. Like even the granola snack bars, like Nature Valley, I like that. Granola cereal. I eat it all the time. Mocha cake. There it is. James said heart on the mocha cake. We're eating it. Dassel's eating mocha cake too, James. James loved that mocha cake too because it got that coffee taste to it, right, James?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Sorry I missed the beginning. Oh, no worries, Ray. I don't schedule the live streams, but it's been normally around after 7, usually after I drop off Leanna. But today, I picked them up from church, and after church is when I started the live stream. Twist my arm. I'll go to Boracay for my Western food fix. Yeah. We'll go. I'll take you to Boracay, JP. I'll be your tour guide in Boracay. Good morning, James. Kumusta? All right. Good morning. Magandang umaga, Lawrence, my friend in Makati, Honolulu, and Makati. You guys hit the like before like. All right. Thanks, Ray.
James, we have like plenty of left over the cake. That's why until now we're eating the cake.
Yeah, we're eating the mocha cake. I ate spaghetti last night from the party. The leftover spaghetti.
I'm looking for the ubod sauce though.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I wonder if you guys forgot the ubod sauce.
No.
Yeah. HD said, Dazzle, you can always cope with the phrase, the older, the wiser. Ooh, the older, the wiser. All right, man. That's a good phrase. That's a good phrase. Balut is boiled egg. Yes, it's boiled. That's what I thought. LOL. Happy I joined the live stream in Honolulu. And then now, oh yeah, I know. Good. All right, Lawrence. I brought back my favorite potato chips. My favorite potato chips is Kettle. The Kettle brand. It's crunchier. Kettle brand potato chips is my favorite. And I can get that. I can get the Kettle brand. Usually it's like honey mustard flavor, vinegar flavor, salt and pepper, and then plain. I can get like 4 bags of that at SNR. I am twice your age. Ooh, Daniel's twice your age, babe. And still young. Lots of mileage. He got lots of mileage. Daniel, he said, got a lot of mileage. I like fried tilapia, then do a dipping sauce. 60% vinegar, 40% soy sauce. Yeah, they do the same thing, but except the vinegar, right, babe? Your fried tilapia,
Yeah.
and then it's all soy sauce, tomatoes, and red onions.
Red onions.
Yeah, that's their go-to. No calamansi. I don't see them putting calamansi on it.
No,
Fortune.
calamansi. I like kamatis.
I brought back flaming hot Cheetos. Ooh, yeah, they got that. I've seen flaming. Even at 7-Eleven now, they have flaming hot Cheetos and jalapeno Cheetos now at 7-Eleven.
Dad, done with my cake.
You're done with your cake. You're done with your cake.
Done.
The older you get, the wiser you are. It's a well-known saying that refers to attainment of wisdom from experience. It's not always necessarily true, but you can believe it to make you feel better. Yeah, I also love those kettle. Yeah, I'm a kettle guy. I like the kettle potato chips. Hello, Balikbayan guy from James and Karen Adventures. Boracay, Iloilo has all the America restaurant. It does. Mocha cake is a real treat. James said he loves mocha cake is a real treat. It is, man. This mocha cake is awesome, man. This has got to be starting to be one of my favorite now. I love this mocha cake. Both have international cuisine, not just... Yes, that's the thing about Boracay, man. I even found... Mexican tamales, legit Mexican tamales on White Beach on Station 1, muchos, right beside the Army Navy is where I ate Mexican tamales, and then they even have guacamole. They even got guacamole, man. Really? I've seen jalapeno and regular Cheetos, but not the flaming hot. Yeah, we go. There's a 7-Eleven right outside our gate. That's why we're always there. You know, it's like Leanna and I were like the big 7-Eleven. So from our house, we just walk to 7-Eleven. Takes us like 5 minutes to 7-Eleven. So we're always there. So we always know. Oh, they got this now. So we always know like what they got in there. LA has discovered mocha cheesecake. Ooh, we haven't tried that, babe. A mocha cheesecake at Starbucks.
Starbucks?
Yeah. Next time we'll try that, Lawrence. Dazzle always gets the dark chocolate macadamia cookie. Yeah, that's her go-to at Starbucks. But next time we go to Starbucks Boracay, we'll look for the mocha cheesecake.
Yeah, we'll try that one, babe.
We're dessert people. Like Dazzle and both of us, we love dessert. So Dazzle actually sometimes eat dessert before the meal. She loves dessert so much.
Before the pandesal, I ate the cake.
I don't think we have a Dazzle TV phrase yet, HD. Watch out if you're tilapia. Watch out. HD said, watch out if you're tilapia. Oh my God, legit tamales and guac. Station 1, yes, on White Beach, man. Right beside Army Navy, right beside. It's Latin food. It's called muchos, and man, delicious. It's like the best Latin food, like Mexican food that I've had in Boracay. That's my favorite now. Between the Mexican tamales, they also had the birria. The birria, the shredded beef, really tender beef, and it actually has a dipping like a au jus. And the birria is crunchy. It looks like they fry it or something with the birria, and you dip it in au jus sauce, man. Like, whew, homemade guacamole, homemade salsa. Next time you go to Boracay, head to Muchos, man.
Babe, somebody ate my spaghetti.
Somebody ate you. I think I ate your spaghetti, babe, last night.
No, this morning.
This one, I didn't eat spaghetti this morning yet.
Mom.
Mom probably ate your spaghetti. I plan on making tamales one day. When I, all right, Ray, cool. Probably masa, probably at SNR, I would think was where you can get masa. Great idea. Orchard. Asia Pacific Medical Center was featured, and it's okay not to be. I've seen that one. I pass by it every time we go to Iloilo City on the way in, coming from Capiz, once we get to Iloilo City on the diversion road. I've seen the Asia Pacific Medical Center. Dark chocolate macadamia cookie is also my favorite. Lauren said that's also her favorite. You and Lawrence, that's your favorite.
That's my go-to.
That's Dazzle's go-to. How about tilapia fear? Tilapia fear, Dazzle baby. Tilapia fear, JB. The tilapia
I
fear.
go there later and then do the live stream
Where?
at the Loolas.
You're going to Loolas again today, babe?
So they can see the tilapia.
Yeah, but they don't have internet there, babe. That's the only thing. They don't have internet there.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll ask the owner. Ask the owner if they have, but I don't think they have internet there, babe.
No,
That's the only thing. That's why we can't do a live stream at Loola's Fish Farm. But do you hear that, guys? Dazzle already wants to go to fishing again.
Oops.
Later. They went fishing yesterday. They want to go. She wants to go fishing again today. I already told them that earlier, babe. That you probably want to go fishing again today because you caught so much yesterday.
I was actually dreaming about the tilapia last night.
You were dreaming about catching more tilapia.
And they were trying to drag my hook.
Yeah. They told me this. I don't know if it's another one of fish stories, guys, but they told me that the tilapia was so big that they were trying to pull them in. I'm like, that sounds like a fish story there. That's like, a lot of people always got the big fish story that the fish that got away.
It's true.
It's true. They're trying to pull you in the water.
Yeah. Actually, I caught at least 3 big ones. And then it's what do you call this?
It got off the hook.
Yeah.
It got off the hook.
Yeah, because they're so big. I couldn't lift them up.
You can lift them up. You have to eat dessert first to ensure you have enough. Dazzle does it all the time, Ray. She always eats dessert first. Prince Nardi, where in Calibo do you live? We're kind of like in the suburb of Calibo. We live 3 miles, about 5 kilometers away from Calibo proper, like the bridge. The Numancia Calibo Bridge. We live on the other side, on the Numancia side, at Camilla Aklan. Not far. We're not far from Calibo at all. Ginno is in Numancia. Yes. Next town from Calibo. Oh, Belus, my good friend in Wyoming. Good morning from Wyoming, Kuya Live. It's a peachy here. Yes, we're having it bright and sunny today, Belus. After all the rain we got the past week, several monsoon rain, typhoon in northern Luzon, but bright and sunny today. It's gonna be a warm day today. Have a great weekend. All right, have a great weekend, John. Thank you for joining the live stream. God bless.
Today, I think Leona.
In the air? No, I did not get any disability from the Air Force. I'm living on my military pension alone. I guess I retired too early. I retired in 2004. Knowledge about disability and all that wasn't. I didn't know all about getting disability. And I retired young. I was 37. There was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't. I didn't have high blood. I wasn't diabetic. I never got injured in the military. I was in the Air Force, man. They call us a chair force. I sat behind a desk for 20 years in the Air Force. Never had any injuries in the Air Force, so never got shot at or anything like that. So when I retired, I was 37. I got all my body parts, never been injured, never had surgery, so I did not get any disability from the Air Force. Plenty of money as far as my military pension. I'm E7, Master Sergeant, retired, 20 years active duty. More than enough money. I've been doing it for 14 years now here. In 3 years, I'll collect my Social Security, so we'll have more money then, but more than what I needed. We saved, ever since I moved here 14 years ago, I'm able to save money every month. Paid cash for our car, brand new car, never done that in my life, like I said on the video. I dropped like 625,000 pesos, 1,000 peso bills. I had it in a backpack. That we were riding on Bumblebee, went to the dealership, and they counted it because they didn't have that machine, the machine that counted money. So I stacked on the money at the cashier. I was like, man, I've never. This is so cool, man. I wish I. Yeah, I felt like I was a drug dealer or something. I wish I had filmed it, but I wasn't doing YouTube at the time. But I was all smiles, like stacking my cash in front of because I was getting my car, right? I was stacking all my cash, man. Never did that my entire life. I've always, like, in the U.S., there's no way I could do that in the U.S. I always had to pay, always had to get car on credit, credit in the U.S. Oh, no, I hear a food fight. I hear a food fight. Dazzle, definitely, Edgar, Dazzle is the fishing queen. Mom is a close second. Because I don't know who's more addicted to fishing, whether it's Dazzle or Mom.
It's actually Mom.
Oh, I was going to say, because last night, Dazzle was done fishing and Mom still, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Sabi niya, may nagkakagat pa na, nagkakagat pa.
They're still biting. Mom was saying, they're still biting. She didn't want to leave. It was getting dark. When I picked them up, I was like, hey, it's time to go. Because when it gets dark at the fish farm, mosquitoes start coming out.
She's more addicted, right? My mom.
Your mom is more addicted to fishing. I believe it.
She's like, she's not gonna have any aches and pain while fishing.
Yeah.
After fishing, oh my god, my back hurts.
Yeah. Mom was telling Dazzle that while fishing, she has no aches or pains. But after fishing, her knee hurts, her back hurts, shoulder hurt. I make white chocolate macadamia cookie and milk chocolate. Ooh, man, pecan. JP bakes cookies, babe. He bakes macadamia cookies.
I might not need to go to a
You might not need to.
anymore.
Yeah.
I'll just have JP.
We haven't found a baking school yet, JP in Calibo, so you might have to teach us when you get here. Ginno's in his 15th year in a clan. Yes. I got here in 2011, and on March of next year, it'll be my 15th year here in Aklan province. It can't hurt to ask the owners for internet access. Adding internet access can provide. Yeah, I will this time. I'll ask the owner. They've become good friends, of course. They see us there all the time. They're actually super nice to us, HD. Every time we're there, because they have a lot of fruit trees.
I think I saw they have Wi-Fi with Calibo cable.
Okay, all right. I'll ask them.
I saw the same thing, like ours.
All right. So I'm sure they'll probably let us use their internet while we're there, while you guys are fishing. Then I'll talk to them too. But they're so nice to us, HD. They have a lot of fruit trees there, like mango trees. What else? Guava. And they always give us. They always give us fruits when we're for free. They always give us because we're there all the time.
Yesterday they gave us puto.
Puto? You got puto and kunchinta? Oh man, how come I didn't get to taste that?
You were in the car already.
I was in the car. They got kakanin yesterday. Puto and kunchinta. It's like kakanin is like a dessert kind of thing here in the Philippines. HD, especially Dazzle comes to do the live stream. All right, so Dazzle, I can check. I can check on the live stream at Lola. So I'll see if I could do a live stream at Lola. So we could do it at the fish farm. I'm in the army, sir, on vacation here in Calibo. All right. I have 9 years left in the service. All right. Where should we visit in Aklan? If you're in Calibo, man, if you wanna meet up, we can meet up. And it's like message me. If you look at any of our videos, Dazzle TV videos on the description, all my contact information is there. My WhatsApp, my email, or it's all there. So if you want to contact me, man. If you're in Calibo, I can go down there in Calibo and we can meet up. I can give you the lowdown on what to visit in Aklan. For sure, if you're here in Calibo, you gotta go to New Washington. Go to New Washington, Aklan. Eat lunch or dinner at least at Tambak. It's called Barangay Tambak, the seawall. There's you can get fresh talaba, fresh oysters for like 30 pesos a kilo there. 50 US cents. A big size talaba, man. Meaty talaba. Oysters.
I think today with Liana and I will have to go to Calibo.
Oh yeah,
Because
Liana
she
said
has,
about school project. She's got a project, so we have to go to
her brown envelope.
school supplies. We got to buy her project.
Buy her something like a corn or something.
And then since you're in Calibo, I mean, Loola's Fish Farm would be a good place to visit if you like fishing. That's not far from Calibo. You're only about 30 minutes away. And then from Calibo, about 45 minutes away, you can go to Hawili in Tangalan, Hawili Falls. There's a falls, and then Hawili Beach. Probably the nicest beach closest to Calibo is Hawili Beach. And then since you're in Calibo, go to the Esplanade. Go to it's called Lambingan Beach in Calibo, and there's an Esplanade there where people go fishing, people go skimboarding on the beach. It's lots to see. Just message me, man. Message me on my contact. That way I can guide you to what you can do while you're in Aklan.
There's one place in Tangalan that I want to visit. Uswag.
Uswag, yeah. Dazzle, she wants to go to the beach in Tangala. Uswag, we haven't been to that one.
Yeah.
Uswag.
It looks modern.
Yeah, it does look modern. It is starting with the fish stories. The big one got away. I know, right, Dan? That's what I said, Daniel. Dazzle said that she got 3 that got away. They were too big. They were trying to pull her in the water.
Yeah. They were so big that I cannot lift them up.
She couldn't lift them. They're so big. But
They're so big.
sound like a fish story, right, Daniel? Sound like a fish story. Yeah, I know, right, JB? I felt like a gangster, man. I was stacking bills at the cashier. I was like pulling it out of my backpack. Boom, 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 and then the lady had to count it because they didn't have the machine, man. They didn't have the counting machine, so she had to count it 625,000 pesos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
holding that backpack while we were with Bumblebee.
With Bumblebee. Big baller, fat stacks, making it rain. Making it rain pesos.
Big baller.
Once it gets dark, it's not only the fish, the birds. I know, man. There's mosquitoes there, man. That's why.
Oh, actually, ants bit me yesterday.
You got bit by
2
ants?
ants.
2 ants bit you? They got some big ants there,
But
too.
I'm like,
They got
nothing's
some-
stopping me. Babe.
Nothing stopping you from fishing. They got some big fire ants there,
And
man.
then what I did is I noticed when they see me, they're just looking up and then they're looking at me.
Uh-huh.
So what I did is I did a camouflage, babe. I was sitting there and then I was covered by the plants
Uh-huh.
or by the something weeds or something. So that when I started catching fish.
Oh, you're sneaky.
I'm sneaky.
You're hiding behind the plants to catch the fish.
I know. That's why my mom only caught 3 big tilapias. She wasn't sneaky.
She wasn't sneaking up on the tilapia.
Yeah.
You gotta teach her how to sneak.
I did teach her how to say, but she was like, my niece would.
Oh, her knees would hurt.
Yeah,
Her knees would
because
hurt.
I was sitting down.
Boracay is in Aklan. You can start there, then try Buruanga for more beaches, then go to yeah. There's plenty of places to see in Aklan, Washington, Pandan Hills. If you want waterfalls, there are a lot of options. Yes, yes. I told him Hawili because it's the closest. The closest waterfalls is in Hawili. It's along the road too, so you can just drive there and then walk. You don't have to traverse a jungle to get to the falls at Hawili Falls. Ginno, you might want to file a VA claim for your cancer if I already did, old fashioned. I did filed with the PAC Act. I filed twice. I got denied. My cancer wasn't considered military related. So I'm over it, man. I'm over it with the VA. It's not a big thing. Not a big thing. Like I said, we live good on our military pension. And then 3 years from now, I get my Social Security. So not everybody gets money from the VA, unfortunately. And I'm one of those. I'm one of those that don't get any money from the VA. Ray, Ginno, what are we having for dinner? Mocha cake with tilapia. For sure, tilapia. It's not even dinner. It's lunch. I'm sure lunch is tilapia.
I ate my big tilapia last night.
You already ate your big tilapia? You're already good. Ginno, move to Vietnam and you'll be worth millions. I'll be worth millions. All right. Watching from Long Island, New York. All right, John Paul Valeria. Thank you for watching from New York. All right. I'm over my 2 hours. It's actually 2 hours and 30 minutes now, so I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Always appreciate everybody's support. Have a great weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care, everyone. And everyone stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Bye, everyone.
Ray said, you guys have a great day. We will. More likely fishing is on the menu again today.